So lighten up with Joy, Sunny Hostin, Raven Simone, Sarah Haynes, and Jedediah Bila. Now, let's get things started.
Happy Friday to everybody.
Happy Friday.
We have had actually quite a week on the show, you know. This has been a very interesting week for us, especially yesterday because Trump campaign manager Kellyanne Conway was here. I don't know if you saw it. We were preempted in New York.
I know.
But the rest of the country saw
It's
it.
on YouTube.
And you know what? You know what? Trump's surrogates say the darndest things. The lovely Paula asked her about a breaking story, and Kellyanne may have said more than she should have. Watch this.
I want to ask you about a story that's breaking this morning from Newsweek, that one of Trump's companies spent money in Cuba during the embargo when Fidel Castro, during his regime.
The whole story.
But these are serious accusations.
To find out that then he didn't invest in it. No, they're not treasonous. Read the entire story. It starts out with the screaming headlines, as it usually does, that he did business in Cuba, and it turns out that he decided not to invest there. You have to read the entire story.
So are you denying that his company spent any money in Cuba?
I think they paid money, as I understand from the story, they paid money in 1998.
So, it sounds like she admitted that Trump was doing business in Cuba during the embargo, which I understand is illegal.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to sound braggadocio, but, but this is huge for the View. We basically broke that story. We were all over the news last week. So what do you think about all this?
Well, Kurt Eichemwald, who wrote the article for Newsweek, actually tweeted, clearly Kellyanne Conway doesn't understand the trade embargo law. She just unknowingly confessed that Trump broke it.
She did. I mean,
so,
that was my reading of it. And I think what was so surprising to me was that she put it out there. And, you know, Trump is struggling with the Latino vote. And Latinos feel very strongly about that, about Cuba and about the Cuban embargo, and anyone that would violate that embargo.
Well, mostly in Miami, I think.
Well, he needs Florida. I mean, you know, and typically Latinos do vote Republican in Florida. He's going to have a very, very difficult time given that he misstepped like that. I remember I was at the Justice Department, and we all, friends and I, we flew to Jamaica, and they were like, let's go to Cuba. I was like, I work for the Justice Department. I am not going to violate the embargo. And he's trying to be president of the United States, and he's violated it.
Has he said anything since this came out?
Well, I'll tell you, after the show, Kellyanne herself denied everything in a tweet. This is what she said. For those getting hard news from The View, biz officials tell me Trump, 1, did no biz in Cuba, 2, respected the embargo, and 3, was critical of Castro. Now, would anyone care to respond to that?
I care to respond. First of all, I come from hard news, Kellyanne, so don't tell me about hard news from The View. You want some hard news from The View? We'll give you some hard news for The View. Donald Trump hired consultants. While he was out there talking about how great the embargo was because Cuba restricts human rights and restricts First Amendment rights, he hired consultants, a consulting firm, to go investigate whether or not he could make a buck under that Castro regime that he was criticizing. So I want to know, did he get federal approval for that like you're supposed to? Was this a humanitarian effort, which is one of the few instances when you're allowed as an entity that gets permission from the government to go do that? And why was he talking about how great the embargo was to people trying to get votes while he was behind the scenes going through a consulting firm to try to figure out if he can make some money over there? Is that hard news? Is that enough hard news for you?
And he paid those consultants, and that's where he breaks the law.
And there's invoices that show that he paid those consultants. So if that's not what was going on, I want to know what that almost $70,000 went toward. What were they doing? And if they didn't spend money, she's saying, oh, well, they didn't invest in Cuba. Okay, what about travel expenses? They went over there. They didn't spend a dime under that regime that promoted that regime.
Stay?
I don't believe a word.
Can I just say, Trump is going to say that he used the laws to his advantage.
advantage, because that's what he says. He uses the laws of America to his advantage, so that's his answer to that one.
Yeah, but the problem here is it's similar to his relationships with Russia and Putin. When he speaks so flagrantly about it, he takes into consideration nothing about the international relationships with those countries. He always is worried about his business first. And here we're talking about the most powerful person in the world that's supposed to represent a whole country, and it's always about his business first.
That's all he cares about. He's very selfish.
You know what I wonder? You know, any Latinos that are thinking about voting for Donald Trump, I hope that they saw that interview. I hope that they're watching now, because the bottom line is he needs 33% of the Latino vote. All he talks about is building a wall. He talks about he's anti-immigration. He's female. Why, if you are and now he violated the embargo. If you are a Latino, what would possess you to vote for?
Well, he's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble with the women thing, with the thing with Machado. I bet he thought Fidel Castro was fat also.
Can I read his statement, though? He has,
and then I have a quote after him.
Okay, he gave a statement, and he said, I never went to Cuba. I've never been to Cuba. I never did business with Cuba.
I don't know Cuba
There's
good.
nothing else to say.
I know nothing.
He knows nothing.
That's not the issue, though, Donald. The issue is, first of all, Donald, he's a very powerful guy. He's not going to go to Cuba. He's going to send people to do the dirty work for him, and that's what happened.
Right.
And also, that's not the issue. The issue is hypocrisy here. If you are out there saying, I support the embargo because I don't support what this regime stands for, and then you are investigating a way to make money under that regime, you are a hypocrite.
Jedediah,
that's what I want to explain.
Let me say,
Paula said it was treason. Is it treason?
Even if it is or not, you know how we can fix it?
How?
You can vote.
Right,
So yesterday, you saw how easy it was to register to vote, and it's even easier on social media. All it takes is a swipe on Snapchat, and celebs like Jared Leto, Ryan Seek, I love you, Jared Leto, Dwayne, I love you, The Rock, will be there to cheer you on. YouTube also wants you to be informed, so before you hit the polls, with their Vote in Real Life campaign, which is live streaming presidential debates. So if you're online, and I mean really though, who isn't, get yourself registered to vote, because the future is up to you, and then we can stop having this conversation.
Well, we're never stopping. We're never going to stop.
We have to stop one day. Just one day.
No,
One day.
I don't know why you want to stop it. It's the greatest conversation.
No, it's very
It's so interesting to see what's
talking about this man every single day raises my blood pressure.
It's about the country.
No. It's about him. It raises my blood pressure, and he's a little amoeba. I don't like it.
You have to educate and
I think we should talk about the birds up in the sky. I'm tired of talking about him.
We'll be right back with more hot topics.
I'm tired.
You know who.
No matter what your political view is, you just gotta tell them, Whoopi.
Exercise your rights to vote this November.
So vote your view and register now to vote. It's easy.
I mean, really.
For more information, go visit our website.
Let's hear it, people! Vote your view! Vote your view! And don't miss The View next week on ABC. A star of the hot new series Conviction, Haley Atwell.
Now, Donald Trump also says that he may bring up Bill Clinton's peccadillos. You know what those are, right? Little sins that he committed during those years.
What a cute word.
Isn't it a cute word? Peccadillo. I love it. And he may bring it up at the next debate. And he already said that he didn't at the last debate because he knew that he wanted to offend Chelsea, who has a lot of respect for. But now he's doubling down on that. He says he's going to bring it up. Do you think that this will backfire on him, or will it help him?
I think it's going to backfire. Well, Bill's not running. The thing is, if Bill were somehow running and you were picking on him and it was a character issue for him, fine. Bill was already president. Hillary's running, and she can't be held responsible. As much as I can look at Bill's actions and say this was a disgrace to the office of the presidency, that's really not on her. Those were not her actions.
And her popularity rose to 67% when that happened. So good luck for her.
People felt bad.
People felt bad or was proud. I didn't feel bad, even though I was much younger. My parents filled me in on that situation because it was so big. Were they feeling bad, or were they like, man, she's holding her own. She is a strong woman. Stand up for her man when we know what he did. Like, I wouldn't do that. She did what every woman wishes they could do in that situation.
But what about the fact that people are attacking her for basically trashing the women that he was sleeping with?
I think that part is valid, I think. She had tweeted, in November, she had tweeted, every survivor of sexual assault deserves to be heard, believed, and supported. And then she subsequently clarified and said, said, well, I'd say that everyone should be believed at first until they're disbelieved based on evidence. But throughout history, if you looked, I mean, she called Monica Lewinsky a narcissistic Looney Tune. Carl Bernstein wrote a book where she had said about Jennifer Flowers that she was trailer trash. So there's a history here.
There's a problem. But the bottom line is, and we can all sit here and say, you know, I would never trash the other woman for sleeping with my man because my relationship is with the man and not the woman. Guess what?
Go Latina on us now.
I mean, the thing is, guess what?
Come on.
Right? No, Dios mío. I mean, the bottom line is, you are going to be upset with the other woman as well because she broke,
about it.
you know, yeah, she broke girl code. I mean, Monica Lewinsky knew he was married. Jennifer Flowers knew he was married. I'd be pissed too.
The only thing I would defend is if they were kind of house of cardsing it and like she knew he had done it and it was calculated and she was protecting her own agreement and business. If she did that, then I'm pissed.
Isn't it different though? My question is because
like any other woman would.
But it's sexual. When they're accusing him of rape and sexual assault, I think for people that takes it to a new level. If it were just he was sleeping around,
accusing him of that,
right? But
violating.
But if I were with a guy and somebody accused him of that, I don't know that I would jump back on those women. And here she is, supposedly a defender of women, and I think people are critical of. Why did you have to go after those women and name call them?
Because
they were sleeping with
you.
Man, sexual assault is a heavy accusation. He lost his law license. I mean, this guy is. I'm not holding her responsible.
But how stupid was he that he didn't think that Monica Lewinsky was going to tell that two-faced Linda Tripp about it? Come on. I mean, really. Everybody, if you're sleeping with the president of the United States, you're not going to tell your girlfriend?
You're definitely bragging about that.
I just think it's ridiculous that they're blaming her for being upset at not only Bill, but these other women. She's a human being.
Yeah, she's a human being.
Blame the victim.
I don't think they're blaming her for being upset. I think they're blaming her for having been an attack dog against women while promoting women and saying, if you're a victim,
with my man, I'm going on the attack.
But that's what we are as public faces, right? You have a something behind the scenes, and then you turn on something else on scene. She's trying to get votes. I'm sorry. She's trying to make her money. She's trying to. The personal doesn't always work with professional. Everybody knows that.
You asked Joy, though, politically, if it's smart. I think it's not smart for him because people will ultimately, at this stage of the game, people know the history with the Clintons. It either bothers them or it doesn't. So what they're going to say is, Donald, talk about the issues. Why are you talking about something I know about already? Tell me how you're going to make America great again.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus the fact that in 1992, Donald Trump said, quote, you have to treat women like the S word. This is a guy who's offended by Bill Clinton.
Did he say like feces?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 1992. I have this on the cover.
That's the other problem.
He said you have, like, and then there's no more to that? Like, why?
He sounds like a pimp.
Because that's how he treats women. Like, you know, they're like chattel. It's like his, you know, nothing.
That's the other problem. She can turn it on him because when you make an accusation like that, you better be coming from a place of solid character. And his situation with women, the things he's... all she has to do is turn around and say, let's quote some of the things you've said about women. So if I were him, I would stay away from that.
On the Post back in the day, I don't know if you remember this, Marla Maples, his girlfriend at the time, said, you know, best sex I ever had. He was still married to Ivana. Yeah. He and Rudy Giuliani like to tell everything in the press.
And Ivana
because they don't see it as wrong when when it's a man doing it. I actually think they don't. I don't think they're ashamed of it. There's a double standard,
and that's why she's having trouble. We'll be right back.
Feeling blue? Nothing makes us feel better than the View Slide. Cheer about and show us your View Slide. Check out our website to learn the moves, then upload your video and post it on social media with #ViewSlide. And you might just see your video right here on the show.
Impressive, Linda. It seems age isn't slowing you down.
We partnered with vendors for up to 79% off items that benefit the battle against breast cancer. So do not miss a deal that makes a difference.
Okay, now photos of 50-year-old Janet Jackson showing off her baby bump were just released. Yeah. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would do that. I mean, I'll tell you when I turn 50, okay? But what do you think? Would you do that at 50?
If I was Janet Jackson, I would.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah,
because I'm Janet Jackson. I already have my career set up. I married a sultan, a prince, the king of a town somewhere in another country, and I'm Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a baby at any time, any day, and I've been on tour. I've been entertaining the world. Yes, I'm still mad that the tickets, I can't go see you perform, but I still love you, and if you want a godmother, I'm here for you, Janet.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't, at that age, let me ask something. You could get a surrogate and you could implant your eggs and his sperm and everything. But you don't have to do it to your body.
Maybe she wants the experience. This is her first child. Maybe she wants the experience. I will tell you, one of my greatest regrets is not having more children. I kind of ran out of time because your eggs get old, and I wanted to
expired egg, and he turned out okay so far.
Oh, you see, and I didn't do that. I didn't save my eggs, and I just think, you know, if you have the opportunity to do it, then my goodness, that's pretty wonderful.
And she can.
It's pretty wonderful.
Well, that was a joke. My eggs were in me, but they're also probably expired. But I had it later, so I love a woman who can do this. I myself already feel like I am old having a baby, and my mom even said some of the struggles I had. She said, remember, your body's designed in a lot of ways to do this much younger. So I'm like geriatric in my baby world.
But at the same time, our society is getting old.
Janet Jackson is post-geriatric, according to that.
As Reagan said, she's Janet Jackson.
She's Janet Jackson. We don't really know how old she is, okay?
You mean she might be 60?
No, she might be 25 still. I'm just saying. But my thing is I like when you see people that are not the typical age of childbearing having kids, because you know that those kids, the way they teach them is different than a younger parent. You know what I'm saying? I love meeting kids who were raised by their grandparents. I'm like, you have class.
Yeah, that's true. I think your body, like what you're saying about your body being maybe better when you're, or ripe when you're super young, but your mind isn't ripe until later. And I like the message it sends that everybody has a different path in life, and maybe her life or somebody else's life worked out, that they did career, and then their order was a little bit different, and that's okay. That can happen.
Unfair. It seems unfair because men can do this till they're 80. You know,
some of them do,
and some of them do. Remember Tony Randall? Tony Randall had a couple of kids when he was on his, I think,
Michael Douglas had a son, I think, when he was... Yes, he was. Or maybe I'm guessing.
Wasn't he 60?
I might be confusing celebs, but he was up there.
But it does send a...
You were mixing Tony Randall with Michael Douglas?
No,
she wasn't. No. She's not sure of the age.
I'm not sure of age.
I got that. Yeah. But I think that the one word of caution is that it is hard to get pregnant as you get older.
Yeah, it is.
And
after 35.
After 35, and I think some women will see this and think, okay, I can wait. You know, I think we need to be very cautious, because I went through IVF because I waited so long.
Right.
Yeah, but interestingly enough,
it's a real tough road, everyone.
A woman on the street once said to me, I was walking my dogs, and I said something about her baby, and she's like, oh, sweetie, don't wait to have kids. As I stood there single with 2 chihuahuas, and I'm like, there's not a lot I can do about it right now. So that made me feel...
So you regret it as you get older, I guess.
Well, it was more like sometimes your life just doesn't give you an option to go sooner. I did not have an option to go sooner.
But 50
Helen Mirren
really
famously said that she's glad she didn't have children because she's free. She said that.
And she's Helen Mirren once again.
Again, you have to look at their careers and what they've done.
But I think she did say recently she's sorry, because when you're older and the kids are old and grown, you have somebody to take care of you. We'll be right back.
Backyard party heads inside, and if you're popping bottles at home with friends, we have the perfect way to set the mood. Yankee Candle's new wine pairing collection fragrances were made to pair with wines.
Oh,
really? They were specifically designed to match different kinds of wines and cheeses. How cool is that, people? And this is even cooler. Yankee Candle is giving members of our audience over $100 worth of candles.
BYOW.
set the house on fire with that. All right, here's a topic for you. I really like this topic because Rob Kardashian really overshared in a recent interview he did with his fiancee, Black China. Take a look.
J-Lo.
It's pretty accurate.
J-Lo and Kim Kardashian.
That is also pretty accurate.
Okay, what he's talking about is who do you have a crush on? So he says his sister. Does that family have any unexpressed thoughts?
Okay, wait. Okay, so I was a little confused before, but then I talked to my friends backstage, and kind of, they explained it in a way that I'm like, okay, I kind of understand it. It's like when you have a daughter and a father relationship, right?
Yeah.
So you always look up to your father, and you're like, I'm going to marry someone that reminds me of my father, or that looks like him because he's handsome, or of the way that he acts. So I'm thinking that that can be turned around into the, I'm really trying to make this less than what it sounds like for him right now.
Yeah,
Because it sounds creepy.
I had a crush on a cousin. I had to get that talk about you can love your family, you can't love your family.
But how old were you? You weren't...
Well, the first time I had the crush, I was young. The second time, I was older.
He was young.
But I didn't have a crush. I don't have a crush on my cousin. Like, my siblings were...
Just go to a different state. You can have a crush on your cousin.
Because there are cousins, and then there are first cousins.
And then there's second
and
cousins.
then there's second.
No,
Mean
they're all
Girls.
family.
Yeah.
I went
It's
to my
inappropriate.
senior prom in high school with my fourth cousin because I couldn't get a date.
But by fourth, is it even family?
But
What
I
is
know,
it? Fourth
I
cousin?
know. I went to an all-girls school.
Siblings. They grew up
Yeah.
together. This
Yeah.
is. I mean, I don't have
They
siblings,
knew each
but I
other
heard
better.
this and I was like, Sarah, just digging.
Maybe it was less of a sexual thing and more of a
Yeah,
I
it was
admire.
probably innocent.
She's a beautiful person.
Who has a sister that looks like Kim Kardashian? Hello.
Exactly.
So what?
If you admire that your sibling is handsome or beautiful, you just have to admire it.
Yeah.
And maybe it came out different. I'm really trying to help you, Rob.
Yeah, I think
check mark, Rob. You're welcome.
You know what? I'm glad I'm an only child. All I had was my Mickey Mouse pillow.
Me too, only child.
How was that relationship?
It was rather rodential, actually. We'll be right back. I forgot. We'll be right back.
Before they hit the SNL Weekend Update desk tomorrow night, Colin Jost and Michael Che hit the Hot Topics table next. Next week on The View, the Hot Topics just keep coming.
We're not done yet.
Plus, we're celebrating smart, funny, fearless women with Sheryl Crow, Mindy Kaling, Issa Rae, Kelly Clarkson, Cela Ward, and Elizabeth Vargas. Don't miss the
More like a recurring skit on SNL. Who better to have at the Hot Topics table than the co-anchors of Weekend Update? So please welcome Colin Jost and Michael Che. Hi, guys. So before we go into anything, I have to ask you a couple of things. Like, one, have you ever had a crush on your sister?
No.
Right into politics?
Wait, don't limit it. It could be extended family.
Or brother? Or brother?
Well,
or cousins.
in fairness, I don't have a sibling that looks like Kim Kardashian.
There we go.
See?
My sister doesn't. My sister looks more like Rob Kardashian.
Oh, boy.
Watching.
That's a true brother. That's a true brother, though. That's a true brother.
No, see, but that's the kind of relationship you should have with your sister. You should be able to make fun of her.
Yeah,
not say,
yeah.
I saw that tape you made.
How about you? How about you, Colin?
He was attractive. Maybe he was attractive.
Wait. You're losing them.
Is this on TV?
You're on TV, yes. Go ahead.
No, you don't know. He might have been. Maybe he was attracted to her personality.
Nuts. All right.
What?
Like all of America is.
So, Michael, I heard that when you said you were coming on The View, your father had a little advice for you. What was the advice?
He asked me to not say anything about the Jews or Israel. He sent me a text.
Good luck and be blessed.
Well, I should preface this by saying my father is a 70-year-old black man.
Oh, I thought it was Benjamin Netanyahu.
So, you know, he has a lot of fears.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
My parents went the other way.
What
They
did
were
they
like,
say?
you got to get out your agenda about the Jews. Use this as your platform.
I love it. You guys are great. And what I love about SNL is that there's always people doing wonderful impressions. You know, you have Kate Middleton, who does an incredible Hillary Clinton. But I also heard that Alec Baldwin is scheduled to be playing Donald Trump this season. What do you think about that casting? I'm sorry, McKinnon.
Yeah, there you go.
The lips.
Yeah, it works. Because we knew it hadn't been revealed, but we knew he was going to be doing it this week. And watching the debate, I was kind of shocked by how many things I could see of Alec in there, like little things, just like Lester, 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 just like things that were kind of fun Baldwin mannerisms too. I feel like he'll be
Isn't Baldwin
great.
too handsome to play him? Really, he's good looking.
They have makeup for that.
Yeah.
They can do a lot.
Not enough.
No. Yeah. Now, the real Donald Trump and Hillary were there last season. What were they like behind the scenes?
Yeah. Yeah, well, give us some dirt.
Come on, tell us.
This is off the record.
Yeah,
right?
off the record.
Off the record. Just between us.
What's watching?
No,
We
they're
only
very.
break hard news here.
I want to know what he wants in his dressing room. Like, I want to know what Donald Trump
You can't
asks
even
for.
say his name.
I can't stand it.
He asked for Mexicans.
Fill it up. Fill it up.
And then he said, close the door, don't ask questions. I don't know what. I have no idea. We don't. They're good people.
They're different, but they're both very they're both very charming people. When you talk, I mean, they're like, I don't know.
It's that showbiz thing where no matter how much no matter what your opinion is of someone, you meet them and then you realize, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
It's
true. So do you both watch the debates?
Yes.
Not this time. I skipped it.
You skipped it?
Yeah. No, of course, yes. Who didn't watch the debate?
So what'd you think? Give me your, assessment.
I thought it wasn't a debate. I thought it looked like two old people fighting over custody. But
yes, it's true. That's right.
That's really all it was.
Custody of the country.
Yeah.
And you? What'd you think?
Yeah, sniffles and stamina. That was the thing that we're genuinely talking about.
The guy with the sniffles. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Sure.
I have a question. I love your SNL co-star Leslie Jones flirts with you on Weekend Update.
As well as off.
As well as off.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Not interested in me, though.
Maybe she thinks you look like Rob Kardashian.
Wow. That just came right back at you.
She went through a lot this summer with bullying online.
Yeah, she had a summer.
Yeah, which is rare in our industry. And she even got hacked. So what was your reaction to all that?
Well, she's tough. Like, she's been through a lot in general, so I knew she was gonna, be okay and bounce back from it. And I don't know, it's great. It's like, I think she's really happy to be back at our show because she's back among friends in a place that she feels really safe. And she also had a great summer. I mean, she did Ghostbusters. She was at Rio with the Olympics. Commercial, which is great. And so she had kind of one of the craziest summers.
There you are, car. There you are, car. Nobody.
That's the commercial. If you don't know the commercial, you sound insane. But that is the commercial. That is the commercial. I was like, are we okay? And then I was like, oh yeah, the commercial.
I just randomly say that all the time. I love that.
Now, SNL kicks off its 42nd season tomorrow night.
Yeah.
What can we expect this year?
Blood. No.
Is winter coming?
Winter arrived.
I feel like it's going to be a really fun season, right? I think there's enough to talk about.
There's plenty.
There's plenty to talk about.
Lots of political stuff.
And it's exciting that after 42 seasons, people are still saying, boy, I can't wait till you guys get back on the air. That's like the coolest part.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. I mean, we lived with SNL during election years. It's the greatest. So thanks for coming on the show.
Oh my God, thanks for having me.
You guys are awesome.
I'm keeping
Very funny, both of you. Our thanks to Michael Che and Colin Jost. The new season of Saturday Night Live premieres tomorrow night. So check your local listing.
Atwell talks about laying down the law in one of this season's most buzzed about new series, Conviction.
What are you doing right now?
Making a cake.
She's been Marvel's Agent Carter and Captain America's girlfriend, and now she's starring on one of this season's hottest new series, Conviction. Please welcome Haley Atwell. We've known you as Peggy Carter for the past few years.
Yeah.
And you starred in the ABC series Agent Carter and played the same character. But now you're starring in a new series called Conviction. Tell us about the show.
So I play a former first daughter.
and she's also a lawyer. But when you meet her in the pilot, she's been arrested for cocaine possession. So she's a bit of a wild child. It's a bit like Chelsea Clinton and Lindsay Lohan had a baby. And she's American, which obviously I'm not. So I've been really struggling with the accent, specifically, well, even with the English language, with the word murderer, which unfortunately is in every episode being a legal procedural. So because I say murderer.
That sounds beautiful. That sounds great.
But when I try and say it in American, I'm like, murderer. I sound like a Muppet.
Kelly, that's how we sound. You named
it.
And I'm such a sucker for the English accent. I was speaking to you backstage. I couldn't wait for you to say another word. I mean,
the illusion is it just makes people sound smarter than they actually are.
Very smart.
I'll just talk in an English accent, and then everyone goes, "She must be really bright." I'm like, I fooled you all. Excellent.
So you're on this legal procedural, which I love because I'm a lawyer, and being a lawyer, a criminal lawyer, is very dark, you know, in terms of the things that you're covering. So I understand that when you get on set, you try to make it a little lighter, and you have nicknames for each other.
Yeah, well, someone said to me the other day that to find out what your stripper name is, you say the color of the pants or what do you guys
underwear.
Call it? Yeah, underwear that you're wearing. Pants are trousers in the UK. Anyway, we call them knickers.
Knickers.
So the color of your knickers and the last thing you ate.
I'm black yogurt.
Navy licorice.
Navy licorice?
Navy licorice, that's nice. I was leopard eggs.
That's
just weird.
That sounds very National Geographic.
Really weird.
Pink cupcake is pretty good.
That's kind of fun. That's
underwear and what you ate this morning.
White sausage.
Raven has remained silent.
I'm silent. Look, bacon.
Naked bacon.
Bacon. I get it.
Naked bacon.
Naked bacon.
So, anyway, one of my favorite shows is Lip Sync Battle. And you rocked the house. You did Lady Gaga, and you committed so hardcore. I want to show everybody a clip. Oh, I can't. No, it's... Here's my question. We both know we don't like to look at ourselves, but do you do this in the mirror by yourself? Is this why you were so good?
Of course I do. I just didn't think that it would be ever public until, and I got there and I went, what am I doing? How did I get here? And it was Clark Gregg and I we challenged each other through this kind of dub smash war competition that we were doing during the filming of our shows. And we were invited on the show, and he texted me that morning going, what have we done? I said, I don't know. And I just thought, well, no one can say I didn't commit.
No, you committed.
But then Merrin Dungey, who's on my show, just went, you look drunk. And I think when I get really nervous, I overperform. I go a little bit.
And so does me. And that was the perfect stage for you.
Yes. This is true. It was great fun.
All right, well, Haley, it is day 19 of our 20-day vacay giveaway. Thanks to our sponsors. You work on cases that change people's lives, so we thought we would see if you could change someone's life in our audience today. We're going to stick you in the win booth. You got to wear these, and you are going to make someone really lucky today. So come on down.
Wait.
All right, so come on down here.
I just have to pick one of these things up.
Basically, don't step on any. Okay. Good to go. We're going to put you in.
Oh, I'm blind.
All right, you ready?
Safety.
We're good to go. We're ready to roll. It's coming. It's coming. Gotta grab one. Got it?
What's the number?
Oh! 19.
19.
Riverdale, New Jersey.
You are getting a trip to stay at the Viva Wyndham, West Haven's in the Dominican Republic. On Monday. So you got to make sure you tune in, and viewers at home need to visit our website by midnight Eastern Sunday night to see how to enter for a chance to win Monday's vacay. Congratulations.
We had a wonderful time today, and our thanks to Haley Atwell. Conviction premieres Monday, October 3rd at 10 p.m. right here on ABC. Have a great day, everyone. Take a little time to enjoy the view.